Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This video is dedicated to the time I spent living and working in Sydney, Australia. Please stay tuned until the end of the video and remember to like and subscribe if you like the video. Enjoy. Hey guys, it's my first full day in Sydney today. I arrived here yesterday afternoon, flew in from Cairns. I was so tired after I arrived, but as soon as I got to the hostel, I got asked to be in the official Base Sydney promo video. So of course I said yes, because, I don't know, it was like a sign from the universe. Just do it. So I did it. And it actually resulted in me meeting some really cool people, getting to see more of the hostel and getting a free meal and some free drinks, which is always good. Today I'm going to be hanging out with my friends. A couple of them are leaving in a week, so that's going to be really sad. These are my East Coast fam. I also need to get on with job searching, because I do need a job ASAP. I spent way too much money on the East Coast. Let's enjoy the first day in Sydney. So everyone is applying for jobs pretty desperately at this point, and I am too. But to work in a bar in Sydney, you have to get an RSA, Responsible Service of Alcohol. It costs a lot of money, and I am running out of money. So I'm gonna take a risk. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna book myself on to the RSA course tomorrow, and hopefully, fingers crossed, get that out of the way in one day. The Harbour Bridge and the Opera House. These are the most iconic landmarks in Sydney, and when I saw them for the first time I was literally gobsmacked, and it was incredible because it was part of the Vivid Light show, which just made it even more magical. As you can see, I will never forget seeing the Opera House this way. This is a better camera. Oh my god. Last night I went to the Sydney Harbour Bridge, to the Opera House. It was the first time that I got a really good up close look at them, and it was incredible because there was the Vivid Light show happening, which happens every winter in Sydney, and it just felt really festive. I know it's not Christmas time, but because of the cold weather here and all the lights, and everyone was out in their winter clothes and all the food smelled so good, it just really felt Christmassy and festive, so I loved it. And I got to catch up with my friend from Fraser Island, Severine. If you're watching this, hello darling. Hello guys. Day 3 in Sydney. I realise that you haven't seen an awful lot of Sydney apart from inside this room. I haven't either. Although this morning I did leave the hostel and I went and got my STD test. Very important. And today is the day I'm doing my RSA, which means that I can serve alcohol and work as a bartender. Guess what? Guess who's got a trial shift tonight? Me! I'm going to be working in a nightclub in Sydney. I have been there once or twice. It's pretty messy. I'm a little bit nervous, not gonna lie, but I can't believe that after just 3 days I've got a trial shift. It's a step in the right direction, and I hope it goes well. This is my new hostel room. This is my bed. It's actually been roughly a month and a week since I've arrived in Sydney. At least it's been over a month since I started working in the bar. I sleep throughout most of the day, which can be very depressing and very tiring because I like the sunshine. I like to be out and about during the day doing stuff, but I work so late in the evening that it's hard sometimes to motivate myself to do stuff during the day, which is a little bit sad since I'm living in Sydney. I'm wearing my yeah, nah top. Still staying in base hostel. I'm really enjoying it here. The hostel is brilliant and the bar Scary Canaries is good. The nightlife in Sydney has been amazing. I've had some really good nights out so far. Oh yeah! So it's finally come to the end of my Sydney experience. It's been like the most wildest roller coaster up and down experience of my life living here. I mean, for someone who's never really lived in a city for more than a month maybe or two, coming to Sydney and living and working right in the city centre has been really amazing actually. I've had some incredible times here, and I've also had some of the hardest times that I've experienced since coming out here. And the last 5 months, it's almost been 5 months, which is so hard to believe. I've learned a lot about myself and made some horrible mistakes, but had some really amazing highs. But I'm definitely excited to leave and move on and go to the next chapter, which is my Thailand adventure coming up, and I go there on Tuesday. So yeah, I'm just packing up and putting all my belongings in my backpack once again and heading off. It's gonna be emotional, I guess, leaving this place. This hostel has been my home for the last 5 months, and I've woken up to this view every day, and I've lived in this dorm room every day, and it's gonna be strange to not wake up here tomorrow. It looks like I was living my best life, doesn't it? The strange thing about social media is how we can portray our lives as this picture-perfect narrative, but for me it's important to rewind and talk about mental health. You see, while I was in Sydney, I started to really dislike the person I became. I would work in an environment that stressed me out, drink to forget about it, sleep all day, and repeat that process until I left. I became such a zombified version of myself that I can barely remember it. And I hurt people around me because I was unable to realize that I was unhappy, and I took it out on them. I barely filmed anything while I was living in Sydney apart from the stories that I posted onto my Instagram, but that doesn't really matter. What matters is why I'm talking about this now. Months have passed since I've left Sydney and I've changed. I look back at that time with love, with gratitude. I believe in closure and addressing the parts of yourself that aren't so pleasant. I'm the type of person that likes to look at a time in my life like a chapter of a book. And now that that chapter is finished, I can close the book, pop it on the shelf, and through the power of video, I can look back at that time in a way that helps me remember that life isn't always perfect and travel isn't always easy. I don't have all the answers as to why I fell into such an unhappy mindset, and for those of you who know me personally, it probably didn't even seem like anything was going on. I always try and stay positive and super pumped, but deep down I was feeling very stressed out, very frustrated, and generally feeling very unfulfilled. So I wanted this video to be a wake-up call to anyone out there who might be feeling the same way, going through a similar thing. Just know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I can promise you this. So thank you, Sydney. Thank you to that chapter in my life
for showing me where I needed to go and how I needed to change. Thank you for watching my video today. I hope that you will subscribe, give my video a thumbs up, follow me on my social media because I'm trying to build this channel, get to 20,000 subscribers this year. I've got lots more exciting content to come out. Thank you for watching and have a lovely day. I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.